I shall put the draft resolution to the vote now. Will those in favour of the draft resolution contained in document S/2024-835 please raise their hand? Those against? The result of the voting is as follows: 14 votes in favour, 1 vote against, 0 abstentions. The draft resolution has not been adopted owing to the negative vote of a permanent member of the Council.
We made clear throughout negotiations we could not support an unconditional ceasefire that failed to release the hostages. Because, as this Council has previously called for, a durable end to the war must come with the release of the hostages. These two urgent goals are inextricably linked. This resolution abandoned that necessity, and for that reason, the United States could not support it. Let me say this clearly. There are still 7 American citizens in the hands of Hamas. We will not forget them. For our part, we will continue to pursue a diplomatic solution that brings peace, security, and freedom to Palestinians in Gaza.
There is no right to mass killing of civilians. There is no right to starve an entire civilian population. There is no right to forcibly displace a people. And there is no right to annexation. This is what Israel is doing in Gaza. Maybe for some we have the wrong nationality, the wrong faith, the wrong skin color. But we are humans, and we should be treated as such. Is there a UN charter for Israel that is different from the charter you all have? Tell us. Is there an international law for them, an international law for us? Do they have the right to kill, and the only right we have is to die?
I've listened to your speech very carefully, and you mentioned a future with no pain, no suffering, but you haven't mentioned one word during your speech, and I've listened very carefully. What about Hamas? You have to include in your speech a future for Gaza is a future with no Hamas. You cannot describe a world or reality and not mentioning the reason why we are sitting in this room today, the brutality of Hamas and the pain that the people of Gaza are suffering because of Hamas. Israel will continue to defend itself. We will never abandon our hostages. And you have to understand that. Look at your values and understand why. We will never forget them, and we will never stop fighting for their freedom. If Hamas were to release the hostages and surrender their weapons, not one more shot would need to be fired. Absolutely expect the US to veto the resolution. You know, when you look at the language of the resolution and the position the US took since October 7th, I don't see a way that the US cannot veto such language.